For Sentinel.com, this is Ira Winderman with your latest Ask Ira Miami Heat mailbag. Our first question today comes from Brian, who asks simply, does Rudy Gay strike you as a good fit in Miami? Brian, there are a couple of impacting issues here to address amid the speculation of where Rudy might want to play. First, while Rudy can get out of his contract after earning $13.3 million this coming season, he also holds a player option for $14.3 million in 2017-18, and that's the rub. You can say you were working with Dwayne Wade to try to reduce the Heat's salary cap hit next offseason and then add that kind of money. I think Rudy would first have to agree to bypass his option year before you could make a deal like that. Then remember, Pat Riley said that he envisions Justice Winslow as the Heat's starting small forward of the future. So why bring in someone to step in front of Justice? Now, if the Heat learn or find out that Chris Bosh can't play next season, and you have to move Winslow to power forward, that changes things, and that makes it a little more realistic for Pat Riley to move in that direction. But remember, you have to trade for Rudy's $13.3 million salary, and you cannot include any players who were acquired or actually signed this offseason until December 15th. Use that math, and unless it's Goran Dragic going the other way, it's really hard to make a deal work, especially if you're considering starting, say, with Josh McRoberts' $5.8 million for a trade. Our second question is on a similar subject. It comes from Daniel, Miami. He says, can you see a Rudy Gay deal happening in late December, when players who sign contracts are able to get traded, assuming both the Kings and Miami are interested? Daniel, that is a different story. And it's a different story for Pat Riley as well. If you're going to break up your team or make that kind of move after December 15th, when every player signed this offseason becomes available, then you have to look into every possible situation, similar to what happens at trading deadline. And that might be the better time to consider any kind of big move. By then, you'll have a better read on Chris Bosh. You'll have a better read on where the Heat's young players are. For that matter, you'll have a better read on really where Hassan Whiteside is. So I think when you look at a deal in the long run, you just don't look at one player and say, we're going to wait to this day to get this player. If you're going to make a trade after December 15th, you're going to look at every possibility when you decide to make that kind of move. And our last question comes from Paul, who obviously was watching Wednesday's USA victory over Australia, and he says, does it show that LeBron James made the right move, deciding to play with Kyrie Irving? Well, it's interesting, because here is LeBron James, who said Dwayne Wade deserved a Kobe-like contract. Yet when he had to make his long-viewed decision, he saw someone who might be able to help him for additional time. We're not saying right now the debate whether Dwayne is better than Kyrie at the moment, but in the long view, we are seeing a player grow into big moments. Whether it was his winning shot for the Cavaliers in Game 7 against the Warriors in the NBA Finals, or his big shot late Wednesday against Australia in the Olympics, it looks like LeBron found a long-term running partner to help him pursue additional championships in Cleveland. Those are today's three questions. We'll be back tomorrow with three more. For SunSentinel.com, I'm Ira Winderman.